What if I told you the biggest crypto catalyst of 2025 is happening in less than 24 hours? Base Network just dropped a tokenization bombshell right before the most anticipated Fed rate cut of the year. This convergence could trigger either the breakout of the decade or the volatility explosion everyone's been dreading. I'm Alex from Moonward Capital, and this is your 6-minute crypto pulse update on what might be the perfect storm we've all been waiting for. All right, crypto family, we have a lot to cover today with two massive catalysts set to collide in less than 24 hours. Let's break down what's happening. First, Jesse Pollak officially announced Base is exploring a network token, completely reversing their previous no-token stance. Second, we're T-minus 24 hours from the Fed's most anticipated rate cut of 2025, with 95% probability of a 25 basis point reduction. This isn't coincidence. This is the ultimate convergence setup that could reshape crypto's trajectory. Let's dive into what this means for your portfolio. Here's where the market stands right now. Bitcoin holding at 150,230, up just 0.34% as traders position defensively. Ethereum at 4,440, down 1.78% as liquidity shifts toward speculation plays. And a whopping $376 million in leveraged positions already liquidated in the past 24 hours. What's even more telling is that funding rates are significantly elevated across the board. Bitcoin at 0.53%, Ethereum at 0.5%, Solana at 0.70%. These elevated rates signal that traders are positioning heavily before the FOMC announcement, creating perfect conditions for a volatility explosion regardless of which way the market breaks. Now let's talk about what might be the biggest airdrop opportunity in crypto history. Base's announcement isn't just another token. This could potentially be the largest L2 airdrop ever, with over 200 million wallets potentially eligible. Base ecosystem tokens are already surging 15–25% on this news alone, with projects like Noise up 37% in market cap and various Farcaster-related plays seeing significant inflows. We've seen this playbook before with Arbitrum. When ARB followed the exact same exploring a token language, ecosystem projects saw 50–200% gains in the pre-announcement phase. The smart money isn't waiting for an official announcement. They're already positioning across the entire Base ecosystem, regardless of what happens with tomorrow's Fed decision. Speaking of which, tomorrow's Federal Reserve decision carries 95% probability of a 25 basis point cut to the 4.25% range. Historically, confirmed rate cuts have triggered significant rallies in crypto, with Bitcoin often gaining 20–30% in the weeks following accommodation signals. What makes this particularly interesting is that institutional players are continuing to accumulate during this consolidation period. Forward Industries just made a massive $158 billion SOL purchase, 6.82 million in tokens at 232 average, representing the largest Solana treasury buy of the month. This tells us that smart money isn't worried about short-term volatility. They're positioning for what comes after the Fed decision. So what should you do with less than 24 hours until these catalysts collide? First, recognize that elevated funding rates and already liquidated positions suggest reducing leverage is prudent right now. Second, Base ecosystem speculation may continue regardless of the Fed outcome. The tokenization narrative has its own momentum. Third, consider that while a 25 BP cut is highly probable, Powell's forward guidance will determine whether we see sell, the news dynamics, or a breakout rally. Keep your eyes on these critical levels. Bitcoin, $112,000 support. A break risks cascade to 110,690. Base ecosystem tokens. Potential additional 25–50% upside on token confirmation. Derivatives funding rates. Watch for normalization after FOMC. The convergence is live. Base token exploration meets FOMC volatility in less than 24 hours. With 200 million plus wallets potentially eligible for crypto's largest L2 airdrop and 95% odds of Fed accommodation, we're witnessing either the setup for maximum opportunity or maximum chaos. I'm Alex from Moonward Capital, and this has been your Crypto Pulse Flash Update. If you found this analysis valuable, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay ahead of the crowd. Leave a comment below with your take on which catalyst will have a bigger impact. Base tokenization or Fed rate cuts. The countdown to crypto's perfect storm is on. Are you positioned?